Hi, and welcome to Sneak Peek. I am going to share with you about how we share on social media. My name is Jenny Longinus, and I have been coaching for about 2.5 years. And one of the most common fears that people have when they're deciding if they want to coach or not is the aspect of sharing on social media. So the first thing I want to say is that if you have that fear at all, it is normal. I actually think it would be kind of strange if you didn't have some reservations about the social media aspect of this, mostly because nobody naturally knows how to share on social media or how to add value or have great content on social media unless you went to school to learn about that. It's not something that we just naturally do. For me, prior to coaching, 3 years ago, I would only share, I stayed away from all forms of social media as much as possible, but I would only share if we went to a wedding or if me and my husband had a fun picture or something to post about. But other than that, there was no reason for me to share. I, to be honest, was in a little bit of a negative space, and I was like, well, why would anybody want to hear what I have to say? Because I don't feel like I have value and my life's kind of boring. And so that's a whole other story about how personal development and all of that will help with your mindset and help you generate things to share about. But that's kind of where I was, at least, and I know many coaches on the team were in that place prior to coaching and prior to sharing on social media. And what I want you to know is that the reason why we share on social media is not because we love to post our sweaty selfies and, we want all the likes and comments and things like that. It is because our impact can be so much greater. So think about if you were a personal trainer or you taught a fitness class of some sort, or even a nutritionist. Your reach can only be limited to basically who you can work with in your local area. And so by using social media, it is, while in some ways it can be a very negative space, in our business, it's actually a very powerful tool to reach people all over the world. Whether or not these people end up joining a challenge group of yours, whether or not they end up being a coach on your team, you get to impact them in some way. Whether it's just that they enjoy following you and they're never ever going to join or buy anything from you ever, you get to add value to their life and hopefully, put a smile on their face and change their day and impact their day in some way. And to be honest, that's one of the most rewarding parts about coaching is to realize your impact can be so much greater than just the people that you interact with. Because for me, it is my 16-month-old baby and my dog every single day. And so to be able to grow into that role of having a greater impact and seeing that coaching is so much more than just fitness and nutrition is actually a really cool thing. So that's why we post on social media. Now, what do you post? You're like, I don't know. I don't have anything to talk about. So that is covered in our new coach trainings, our new coach university, and you'll be helped with that. And like I mentioned, when you do personal development and you read and you grow yourself, your mindset, you will be naturally thinking of these things. As you're on your health and fitness journey, you will realize some tips and tricks and little recipes and things that you do to help push past your excuses, to help, for quick and easy meal planning or just to help your mindset for the day. One thing I want to be clear is that just because you are a Beachbody coach doesn't mean you have to post only your Beachbody stuff. That actually will not work for you. You need to post your real life. You don't need to expose everything and have people know the ins and outs of what's going on in your life if that's not what you're comfortable with. But you need to post what's going on in your life, what works for you, so that you can help other people. By posting and sharing about what works for you, you are allowing people to relate to you and to connect with you, because chances are, if you think your life is boring, you don't have a lot to share about, that's what the majority of people's lives are like. They're going through the similar struggles. They have similar day-to-day routines and choices that they need to make. And if you are showing people how to get through those and still live a healthy lifestyle, then it will naturally teach them how to do that, and it will show them that they can do it too. So you basically have an online journal. You share what you're comfortable with. There is a way to like hide posts on Facebook if you don't want, if you're a teacher and you're friends with your principal on Facebook and you don't want your principal to see that post or whatever, there are ways to filter those types of things. And again, just sharing what you're comfortable with sharing. But the more relatable, raw, and real you can be, the more people are going to connect with you, and the more that they are going to build the trust in you to eventually want to trust you to support you, to support them on their health and fitness journey. So that's really what it's all about, is connecting and making friends on social media. Instagram and Facebook are the majority of the ways that people do this with. And we're here to teach you exactly how to do that, because again, nobody knows how to do that from the beginning. So I want to put that hopefully to ease your mind and know that you don't have to know all of those things before you get started. I certainly did not. So that is how and why we share our business on social media.